Yo. Why did I hear myself? Uh-oh, he went live. Over the wrong channel.
Okay, are we live? How is the audio sounding today? A little behind schedule. It seemed like everybody all morning was putting in their last minute updates on their entries and submissions and things. So that was a bit of a handful last minute, but I think we're all caught up as caught up can be. Hello everyone. Man, a lot of action all of a sudden, real quick, or for for being this early in the stream. General Strife, Caster, King the Savage, Prime 8, Cat Blaster Mods, Grim Reaper already. Okay, decent crowd for the first couple minutes. Pleasantries going around. All right. Cat's Blaster Mods. It's when the emails got skipped. I checked yours a couple times, and I thought I had that fixed. We can update, at least, unless, did you send everything through the same email chain? Because I had a couple entrants that had multiple email streams, and so I had to go back and forth through the different ones to try to figure out which one went where and try to get everything all straight. I don't remember yours being one of those, but if you're afraid of things getting missed, I will do a little double checking on there and try to make sure that we're looking good. We'll just take a quick peek. In fact, I will just come over here on my end and double check real quick. Cat's Blaster Mods. Okay. That's looking like. Cats, are you missing, is it one in the middle, like a progress shot, or is it a more updated email? Because the ones that I have posted are the most recent that I was able to find, unless for some reason my email was not updating correctly. Sorry if it's a dumb question, but am I allowed to do just blaster paint jobs and submit it to MergeMasters? MergeMasters is pretty integration specific. Paint jobs are, of course, a part of an integration. However, paint jobs without some kind of body customization are not. It's not that they're not wanted, but this is a specific competition for integrations where integration is the main goal. There are well, in fact, I've been in discussions with, briefly, a fellow who wants to do more cosmetics-based paint jobs and then like mild scratch building, custom work and stuff like that. And so straight paint jobs are not necessarily appropriate to MergeMasters specifically, but there are going to be upcoming competitions in the similar vein as MergeMasters that are going to be more specialized towards traditional mods and straight paint jobs and stuff. So stay tuned for that. How's the stream holding out? I mean, we don't have a whole lot of video going on right now, but is the audio cutting out or doing anything crazy yet? Is everything else sounding all right? And if everything is just awesome, we will probably go ahead and jump in, but if things are a bit goofy, then I would hold off just so we can get that dialed in before we have a whole stream of technological issues. Found the photos that were missing, fixing out. Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and jump into the party here. I did do a little bit of updating here brought in the new official MergeMasters logo as created by our own Vile Mods, who is a active integrator in the community and current contestant in the competition, but was able to squeeze out enough free time to knock this out for us. This is going to be the not the permanent, but it is definitely the basis to which others will be based on in the future. We'll be able to integrate, whether it's themes or years or whatever, to make each event more specific and identifiable. But this is kind of where we're at right here. So shout out to him on making this happen. Kind of jazzes things up a little bit. This is the spreadsheet to... I think everybody currently in chat is previous attendees to previous streams, so I don't... but just in case future people watching, this is the spreadsheet that is following along with MergeMasters. This is essentially the program that follows the players. It's updated not exactly live, but it is updated as often as possible on our end, as entries and updates are submitted to the email, the mergemasterscomp@gmail.com, which I don't think I have it posted to the spreadsheet, but we should probably add it in there somewhere just for reference. But it is pinned in the pinned messages in the Discord, and it's in the announcement links on the Instagram and Facebook posts and things like that. I try to make sure we have the submission email posted anywhere we have the spreadsheet and stuff like that. But it features the 3 classes, what was the basic, intermediate, and expert, essentially. Fusor class, 3 blasters or less. It's the more traditional, simpler Straven type integrations. Chimera, 4 to 5 blasters, a little bit more complex. And then the Xshot class, which, as its name implies, is so many blasters that they're no longer recognizable as individual blasters. It just becomes a whole new blaster in itself. These are all the contestants in each class. Down below is the prize pool. Third place is the Merge Maven role that you get in the server, in the Discord server. Second place gets the Merge Meister role. First place gets the Merge Master role. And the role doesn't necessarily give you any special benefits in the Discord yet that I'm aware of or that I've decided, but that can change in the future. But you will get a cool gold, silver, and bronzy colored name change to kind of identify you as somebody that knows a few things within the Discord. Gives you a little bit of clout. Also, first place winners in each category get a pair of gopher teeth, modified end cutters from Iron Gopher, a active integrator in the community as well, and was a contestant in the competition, but had to drop out for personal reasons, but still said that he would offer these customized cutting utensils. If you've a number of people in the community already, in fact some in the competition here, have used have these in their possession and can attest to how well they work. He did send me a pair to see what I thought, and I'm very impressed. So the benefits of winning first place is that you get cool new tools to help you in your modding and possibly to aid you in future competitions. The Flywheel of the World. Alex, are you out there on chat, or are you just hanging out in the... I guess, are you live, or are you just hanging out in chat? Sounds like he might just be hanging out in the chat. But Alex, the wizard from formerly from Make Test Battle, now wizard of Flywheel of the World. Oh, you popping in? You popping in?
Yeah, I'm everywhere. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I can kind of hear you. Okay, would you like to go ahead and introduce these products yourself, since you were the expert in the field?
Yep. Expert, big air quotes. Yeah, so third place
you
for
made
Yeah, that was co-create. I mean, the wheels were made by both me and Adrian, but the other ones were made by me. But yeah, the third place Merge Maven will in each category we'll get a pair of microfly wheels. The microfly wheels can be replaced if you're in the U.S. or Australia with our 3S LiPo. It's a tiny 500 milliamp LiPo. The reason I don't have it listed there is I want to make sure that all the prizes are available internationally, and we only can ship the LiPo to the U.S. and Australia. Second place in all categories, the MergeMeister. Once again, flywheels can be replaced, and the Bidlock style magnets for the holsters. We have our micro magnets that we utilize, which have been popping up more throughout the hobby. But we also have the old school giant holster magnets of the same kind of snap lock variety. So that would be up to the individual. If anyone's ever curious, once we decide on once the winners go out, I'll take measurements if you're not familiar with either one to see what would suit your needs better. And then finally, first place for the MergeMasters, all three categories. Same thing. Wheels can be replaced with batteries. Your choice of the size of the holster magnets and just a pair of Merlins.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Good.
Moving on down. Rainbow Owl, modder from Germany, also a contestant in the competition, did offer vouchers for his Etsy store. Is it Etsy? I cannot remember. I believe it's an Etsy store.
It's his web store.
Is it just a web store?
Yeah. He has a big person adult store with everything.
Gotcha. So he's got these are all in euros. Exchange rate is kind of close anyway, but 10, 25, and 40 respectively for third, second, and first place, as well as a little swag pack of patches and a little keychainy guy. So
I've linked the website in the chat. It's rainbowmods.com.
Thank you very much. Moving back to the top, we'll go ahead and jump into the actual updates of things. I saw some things float around in chat. Vilemods, not sure if you had any updated. I have not seen anything from you in the last little bit. I don't think you sent anything with putty on it. But if you got putty work going on, I think I think you posted something in the Discord, but I did not see anything through the email submission. Pricklies, I do have your second entry, but I do not know how to put new entries into the spreadsheet, so I might have to ask Alex if he's able to toss that in there.
Yeah, once I finish adding cats, and just so cat's aware, some of the image files were corrupted. I think I was able to open them all now, but we just had a few that were just didn't load, and then they're 0 out of 0 kilobytes. So, but we got most of them in there.
Okay,
You'll
cool.
see them updating shortly.
Awesome. And also, who was it? There's, let me jump over here real quick. There was also, that actually is not going to tell me what I need to know. I don't think. The weird trumpet thing that popped up. I can't remember who posted that, but that is also a second entry that.
I haven't seen that. Is it an actual trumpet?
I've not seen any updates, but there was definitely a chunk of trumpet and promises of integrating into a blaster. So I think that's the only picture we've got so far. But no actual updates on that. And so that's going to have to be a separate entry as well. And I can't remember offhand whose that was. I believe that was one of those that the email was not the username that is associated with the competition, and so I got confused on that. So we may just address that after the fact instead of trying to dig that all out. Unless you happen to scroll past something that said like extra entry or something. In fact, I think I messaged you about that one.
Just compare
Maybe not.
the email. No, you haven't messaged me about that extra entry, but please compare the emails.
All right.
And yeah, Kat, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-forward you the email that you sent us, and then you'll see that just some of the images just didn't load, and then just resend us those because I just have them labeled as like image number 3 on the email, so that type of stuff.
Okay, we'll go ahead and jump in. I'll start with the Fusor class. Start at the top of the list with Naptown, who has been updating fairly regularly, doing a Strife and old Kenner crossbow integration. I think we've seen all these ones updated a few times. I believe the newest update recently was I think when he just got into Primer. So just kind of browsing by kind of quick, giving it a once over. All right, ready? Yes, I believe that was it. So officially in Primer, and I finally got caught up on his video log, which I believe should be linked, or yeah, it would be at the top here. Just scroll up really quick and point at on all the entries. If they have a YouTube channel or if they're updating via Instagram, we try to post any links to their social media where they're updating things. So Naptown Nerf, his YouTube channel, he has a little vlog series of this little project. It's been pretty interesting. It's kind of nice to see one of those kind of front to back vlog series.
Has he actually made it a full playlist setup?
I don't know if it's on a playlist. I've just been trying to catch the updates as I can.
Yeah, because if he makes it as a playlist, I can also link the playlist.
Oh, that'd be super cool.
Yeah, he just has to do that on his end. So just, hey, watch everything, skip ahead. Oh, I want to see how that part's done. Okay, I'll go to that video. So yeah, I'll shoot him a message.
So got it in Primer, which is always the fun part of projects like this, because when you've got the multiple different colors, you can obviously see where one blaster stops and the other picks up. But as soon as it's all one color, those lines all get blurred, and it's a whole different game. Here's a shot of him getting everything all painted. Looks like he's shooting the clear right there.
Oh, yep. Naptown says he has a playlist.
Perfect. Awesome.
I'll make sure to include that link. I'm just doing some back end stuff for other things, and then I'll add that to the list. Actually, if you're doing it now, I'll just add that to the list now.
Cool. It's kind of an interesting little video, his most recent update, where he's talking about putting the color down. The color he got was originally the wrong color, which is still a real pretty color, but was not that very distinctly crossbowy, magenta, whatever you want to call it. So he ended up having to paint the thing twice, causing a lot of probably undue stress at kind of a time crunch part of the competition. But came out pretty nice. Kind of was able to match the kind of gunmetal graphite-y color of the grips and the little details here, and so it's kind of an homage to the original crossbow in flywheel form.
Very nice.
There's the
I had his videos queued up on my flight when I was flying back from Texas this week, and we had so much turbulence I couldn't watch it because I was getting motion sick. So I'm like, I wanted to sit down and catch up on all these videos. It's like, no. But that paint looks amazing. So you were saying it was it's like a two-tone almost, because it was the original paint that didn't work out as well?
No, it was just, it came out a lot like dark purple. It wasn't that kind of lighter magenta, light tinge of fuchsia, whatever you want to call that weird color, and so he ended up having to scuff it down, primer over, shoot it with the new color, which it looked good before, but I think it was worth the extra effort and stress of putting the correct color down. And I guess it was just a matter of he was sent out the wrong color.
Yeah.
We'll shot at the internals. He's got the voltmeter that's integrated in really nice. Band blaster cage and wheel setup. And he's got some LEDs that he's putting in a few spots as well, if I remember right. Yeah, here across the top where those little slots are. And then looks like he's got something cooked up around the hole in the stock where the old priming bar was.
I'm always a big fan of LEDs. More
Mm-hmm.
LEDs and blasters.
Yeah.
Must be shiny.
And I like all the color matched, all the yellowish stuff. I mean, I think this is the original muzzle piece, but the cage and the trigger and the little sling loop and the Picatinny all around was all Cerakoted by a local shop for him. And so that's kind of cool.
Nice.
Also dyed the flywheels to kind of match that same Kenner purpley color. So he's probably got one more update coming in once everything's all put together and the last finishing touches are all finished up and everything. So that'll be extra exciting. There is going to be one more live stream that is after the cutoff, so that it's actually only going to be the blasters that are actively featured in the actual voting. That's going to be kind of spotlighted, because there's a number of entries that we'll probably browse past today that are incomplete, or we never got any updates at all. They're good intentions or whatever. And so the next stream is going to feature only blasters that will be official entrants that you will be voting on once we get the voting situation all under control. And so while this is the update we have right now, we still have 2 days after this to get official updates until the cutoff. So hopefully
Plenty of time.
Oh yeah, there's still time.
Yeah, you start a build right now. You got time.
There's a few people in the hobby that I would believe could pull that off. So looking forward to see what this looks like all closed up and finished. Oh, in fact, Naptown just popped in the chat. Yes, has a playlist. It is complete. Working on the video and photos should be up posted tomorrow. Awesome. That's exciting.
Nice.
Also, good to see you. Thanks for joining the chat. Wizard Builds, currently organizing entry email. Awesome. Yes, to those of you who are active competitors in the event, please get everything all dialed in, and your final glamour shots and any explanations you want to have typed up. Everything needs to be in the final email. It would be nice to not have any last minute, while we're compiling the votes or the ballot and everything together, to have people say, "Oh, here's my explanation. Oh, here's my glamour shots." It's like, once I wake up in the morning, May 1st, I want to be able to just close the door and be like, we have all the information we need, and anything else is not going to count. So just to keep it simpler on our end, so we don't have all of this last-minute information coming in while we're trying to get all the information compiled. So we'll go ahead and go back to the top. And over to Cats. How you doing, Cats? And we'll bring it down. I think the last update was in putty, and it just sanded. So I believe that is the final sand.
Yeah, I'm still finalizing the updates on Cats.
Uh-oh. Well, I'll stroll.
It's fine. You start doing, and
I'll do a stroll and just kind of meander on down. So, just emphasizing the little details that were kind of filled in, a little blending here, up and around, tucking in the joint here from the priming slide where it rolls up and over to the stock. Everything on both sides, looking good. Everything in primer. There again, now suddenly all the lines disappear, and all that remain are what we want you to see.
Yeah.
Little spot puttied, filling in little pinholes and little cracks and little tiny details that the bigger putty can't fill in. That must have been the one that was missing, because this looks new to me.
Yeah, those were missing, and that's what that is. I'm like, okay, so that's spot puttying. Granted, I didn't actually take the time to read the little putty, the little tube thing.
Yep,
so
it's good stuff. It's super fine, so you can fill in just those little tiny pinholes where there's bubbles in your other layers of putty, or little hairline cracks and stuff in seams, and it's super fine. Sands really easy. You can sand it with super fine paper, and just for real detailed finish work.
Nice.
That's everybody all blocked down and ready for paint. Looks like another coat of primer.
One image that jumped really weird. So if you see an image floating during the stream, don't worry about it. It's not there.
Okay, well, thanks for the heads up. Okay, looks like we got a base coat, kind of a silvery color. And a white base. White base on the barrel extension. And a little black detail, pulling out the grip assembly area and the butt plate and the little details up front. Cool. And a little pop of blue. Nice amount of contrast. And that's where we're at here. Looks like just got to wait for that paint to finish curing and then start assembly. So hopefully we get some updates on that in the next couple of days. And as I recall, this is functionally Retaliator with a pump kit, if I remember the conversations right.
Oh, very nice. Old school pump Retaliator.
Yeah. A new spin on an old favorite.
Good times. Yeah. And Kat, I got your emails. So yeah, it was. I got the gray one. Even though it said it didn't load, I guess it must have loaded twice, and the second one failed. But I'm adding the white one, and then we should be all up to date with you.
Okay. Well, I'll just send over some updated pics of the putty work. Gmail wasn't playing nicely in the email chain. Yeah. Been noticing a few issues with the email thing. I'm not sure what the cause of that has been, so we might that might be something we kind of iron out a little bit before the next competition, just to simplify things on everybody's end.
Yeah, it might just be because it's a free account. What I might do is, Fly with the World has extra business suites that we don't use, so I might just give you one, Nathan, and that way you don't have to worry about storage and any pickups because of the free account.
Interesting.
But we'll see. The other thing I'd really like to do is add something that will just scrub the Discord for all the images, so we don't have people don't have to worry about posting multiple places.
Oh, crazy!
But yeah, that's a next competition when
we are learning
we
a
actually
lot.
kind of know what we're doing.
The fact that this has gone as well as it has is shocking. So,
yeah.
Next time will be better.
Yeah, I mean this time, this time's already amazing with all the people turning out and just the sheer amount of awesomeness of some of these the builds, and it's just so good,
inspiring stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. I started modding an old blaster again because I'm like, well, this looks fun. I'll take a stab at this again. I've been 3D printed blasters for like the last 5 years. It's like, yeah, let's try this again. Like, how do I use a Dremel?
Right on. Okay, I'll move on to wizard builds. And there we go. This was the one I think I told you about that a couple of the images came through.
I fixed it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
That. Yeah.
All right, well.
I just have to find pricklies.
Gotcha. Okay, so this was the Xshot Insanity, whatever it was. I can't remember what the main blaster's called, with a Fate underneath. Here we have it, everything tucked down a little bit tighter. Everybody all merged in and bottom there sealed up. Another picture of just the joint there and the gaps all kind of sealed and blended. A voltmeter, and I don't know if that is the switch just for the voltmeter or if that's a power switch for the whole blaster. And yeah, there it is. It covers up this spot here in the rail, which I don't remember what that was originally for, if that was part of the carry handle thing, but they cut that down, built this little printed housing that houses the switch and the voltmeter, so that it kind of all integrates into an existing location on the blaster, which I thought was very clever.
Yeah.
And as
Looks kind of part of it, which is cool.
he did say in the email that he had to fashion a new trigger for the Fate, and I don't know if that's what that is. Hopefully, we get a firing demonstration when this is all finished, just to kind of explain, and so we're not speculating all the time. There we are. There's the shot of the whatever the piece was, all trimmed down to accommodate. So that's where we're at on that one.
Yeah. And Prickly, do you have progress photos for that second entry? Because I'm only seeing the...
I know he posted some progress shots on, I think, Instagram. I remember seeing a couple, but I don't think any of them came through email. All I saw was the finished product. Okay, I think I don't think we had any update on this one. I think this is the last. Yep. So no updates here from since last time. So I'm hoping we get something that he's still working on it and is able to make something happen before the deadline. But it's that weird Busby belt blaster with a couple retaliators kind of all packed together. One looks like it's the functional blaster. One is possibly accommodations for a pump conversion. I'm not sure. So hopefully we'll learn more about that one later. Jolt King, we never got anything back from him. Never got anything back from Better Call Surge. Tusks, go ahead and touch his, because he finished his a while back. That's the Alpha Trooper and Rough Cut with custom-built internals based off of a, what was it called? The ball thing. Powerball. Adventure Force Powerball. Was it? Or no. Dart Zone Powerball. The kind of little pump-action-y rival-compatible blaster.
Okay.
Okay, and roll down there. Integration, feet, custom priming bar, custom bolt sled. Priming bars, Powerball guts, and then we're into the paint and everything. Kind of a pinkish fade in there. Still waiting to hear back from him regarding
final photos.
Yeah, glamour shots. 'Cause it'd be nice to have something that's a little bit more side profile to get the full picture a little bit more accurately. So waiting to hear back from him on updates. Dr. Dillon, I don't think we got any updates from him. Nope, that was that one. Tate, I don't think we had any updates from him either. Nope, last update from him was, see, I think he was still working on the lifting mechanism. I think he posted it in the Discord, but never posted it here. That's just the tube magazine for the shells. So there again, hopefully we get some updates so we can see how this actually turns out.
Yeah, get that. 2 days. Oh yeah, I'm hoping a lot of these people just went like, oh, I forgot to email, and then went like you just Thursday, it'll be Tuesday night. We just go, oh, there's like a bunch of emails of finished blasters.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm hoping we just get hammered the night of, with just all sorts of wacky updates and things. So Dr. Eichel, I assume that's how that's pronounced. This is the snipe and long strike integration, which just keeps getting better and better with every update. We do have some embedded links for his YouTube. Is YouTube actually linked at the top? Yes, YouTube's linked at the top. But he has been sending video links in the emails, and so it's been nice to stick those in there as well, because there is some information in the videos that is not necessarily featured in the photo updates. So if you want to get the fuller picture there. I think this is this is the last one we saw last time. So this is just kind of tucking in, and in this shot you can see where it was cut off to say, okay, I want to put the front end of the long strike here, but then made this cut here to kind of finish out this little decorative detail and kind of help blend things in. So that was kind of a nice little added detail. Showing that on the other side as well. Also seeing where this all blends and wraps across. This here, I think he said he was running out of time, and so he used craft foam of some kind to kind of fill in this edge here, fill in the discrepancy between the width of the long strike and the width of the snipe, and then kind of create its own body line basically, and then just kind of blended that in.
Nah, not for this competition, because we should announce it for the beginning, but it'd be fun to add a category of most unique item, used in the integration. So I know this one we have some cool like foam, and someone used a payphone, telephone cord.
Well, we did have a number of requests for a silly competition where it's not necessarily how cool your thing is, but how quirky and creative and nonsensical you can make it. So that might be a future option.
I disagree. Those would be very cool.
Then
what does your blaster look like? It looks like a dinosaur holding a lightsaber riding a car.
Hey, as long as it fires a dart, right?
Exactly.
So here we just have where, I don't know what this insert is from, some barrel attachment of some kind, but he was able to fit it inside of the original snipe barrel so that it attaches to the front of the long strike, just like a regular in-strike barrel. So that's cool. And these are the next updates from the YouTube. And I believe the fourth one actually shows, has kind of a quick little effect. We can probably just, nope, got to do it over here. We'll see if this does anything. See if that's showing up on your end. But I do like this little detail here. That little part added was cool. A little blending of the grip. Using this foam board or whatever it is to kind of lap over some of the joints and pull details across and blend things in.
Yeah. That's nice. Reminds me of old plastic card work from when I used to play Warhammer 40K. And you use plastic cards like there's little bits and bobs stuff.
Well, it's cool because the long strike is kind of a long, aggressive looking blaster, but the added bulk of the snipe just makes it look like kind of burly and kind of says, "Don't mess with me," a little bit louder. So that's going to be cool to see that once it's got paint on it. So hopefully he's been updating in the meantime as well, and we'll see a market improvement in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Scruffy Nerf Hoarder, haven't seen anything from him. Howbreast, I don't think we got anything new from him either.
No, I think the last update was last update session.
Yeah, just the pistolization part. Okay. Bummer, I was liking where that was going.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
Jeremy Z, I believe he was the one that got his finished up. Yes. So we got the final shot there. We'll go ahead and go down to the bigger shots real quick. But Demolisher, Stampede, Give it a quick little rundown. Blending in some details. Boom. Hydrodip paint job. Shows off the sling fire muzzle thing in there. See a little voltmeter there. And that was it. So he's all complete, ready to go. Has a little explanation that we went over the last time. So we'll pop back. I don't think we had any updates here. Ah, okay. This is apparently one that we never actually had images for. Okay.
Which one?
Caribou Ninja.
Oh, T.O.? Yeah. T.O. Never just, only said, I want to enter, and I don't think we got anything.
No,
So.
Here for Caribou Ninja, we did see a couple updates real quick on the Discord, but nothing was posted here for an actual update. So if you were watching along in chat, make sure you get those submitted via email to the MergeMastersComp@gmail.com for official placement in the competition and everything. Mic kind of peaked for a second. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, well, we need to take a few days and do a full EQ. I think I got your emails, Prickly. I'm just adding all your descriptions right now. But I see in that got a new email, so 90% sure we did.
Okay, no new updates here since last time. There again. Would be kind of cool to see that come to fruition. See this get all finished up.
Yeah.
Prime 8. Did get a update email, but I know there was a couple images that he shared in the Discord that I was not able to find while I was posting. That shows some of the in-progress stuff, but that's some impressive joining of matched colored shells just using acetone and a ABS slurry. So those are definitely...
he was the one doing the ABS slurry, which is, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. So you can kind of see a tiny transition here as it comes across, but man, for there not being any sanding marks or anything else, and is allegedly functional or will be, that's pretty impressive.
Functional until proven otherwise.
Well, I reckon. And you figure he didn't have to pull the whole thing apart to do a lot of this, so hopefully he was able to just move a couple wires out of the way and splice things together and go from there. So hopefully, there again, we'll get an update here pretty soon.
Yeah, because just the barrel on the Infinus. I like it. It's unwieldy, it's impractical, I love it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, moving over to Chimera class. Gilwolf X, who I didn't get an email, but I did see some of his postings on Instagram, so I'm hoping that he gets those submitted because he's got color on this thing now, and it looks pretty good. But Strife base, got this, that's not the Ripsaw, no, I can never remember which one it is. It's the weird ballistic ball launcher with the little ripcord thing on the back. We'll go ahead and just kind of plow through real quick. Okay, Primate says it is fully functional, and he sent a video. There was a couple emails that I went through today when I was trying to update where there was an email sent, I'm trying to remember which one it was, that there was a video linked and there was a video file sent, but the video link was no good and the file says it was in a Google Drive that was deleted, and so I was not able to update those. So hopefully if you're watching and we don't cover the thing you sent, then that will...
I'll put primates. Let's see, where's primates? is.
Primate sent.
Uh,
I found 2 different email threads, which was confusing because I had
yeah.
to check through one, then check through the other, and it felt like I was missing something somewhere, but could not figure out where the lapse was. And so there again, it's critically important to keep everything in the same email thread because we've got. Figure each of the entries we have, which didn't we determine we have over 40 entries total?
Yeah, something like that.
And so if you have, half of those are sending, 2 different email threads, suddenly we have 60 email threads we're dealing with. And so it's not a lot on an individual basis, but when you're going through everybody, it rapidly becomes overwhelming.
It becomes too much. Yeah.
Camric, actually, that might have been you. It might have been. We'll find out in a minute. That's ringing a bell. I'm just kind of browsing over these fairly quick because I believe I gushed about them pretty good last time.
Oh yeah.
And
This
I
is
want
the quick up, and then once competition closed, then we'll have the final, actual real gushing of everyone. And
yeah, and that's
yeah.
the next the post competition and submission pre-voting streams are going to be multiple streams. There's going to be 1 stream per class so that we can really dedicate time to everybody and have a good final explanation of what's going on with everything. And I've encouraged people, if they can join in, if you were competing in that class, if you'd like to join in on that stream, then give everybody like 4 to 5 minutes to just talk about the build process and brag up their blaster a little bit and share any other last-minute photos of the build that they might want to share and give an explanation, stuff like that. Just to really spotlight and give everybody a full opportunity to, say their piece and tell their story on it and everything. So.
Yeah, and show off a little bit because they deserve it. Anyone who's entered this competition, deserves to show off just a little bit.
So no set date on that. It kind of depends on how long it takes to get all the information compiled. So got an unlisted link to my video here. Not quite done editing it with live, but I have the base of what I'm doing. Currently finishing up integration work at the moment. Okay. If it's unlisted, maybe the link won't work. I'm trying to remember how that works. I know if it's private,
no, unlisted will work as long as you have the link. It's not searchable via YouTube. Well, the actual URL.
My link didn't work. If the link works on your end, then we will go from there.
Okay. So which one is this one? Sorry, I'm still updating Prickly.
Oh, sorry. That was for Camric.
Camric. My Camric's email really quick. Camric's email is.
I believe his
video's not available.
Yeah.
So, Camric, make sure that video is just unlisted and not private.
Hornet Co, no updates there. Mr. Peep, no updates except for an apology that he says he's not going to be able to make it to finish it in time, but he's still going to try to finish it. So that's really cool because this was one that I was pretty excited about. In fact, I remember gushing about it at length multiple times. So we'll just give it a quick little visit. It's what I thought was a Strife Centurion, but it's actually a Spectrum Centurion with the Recon Mark II Magwell stuff and.
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
So it'd be cool if he's able to pull this out, real quick at the last minute. But if not, I would still like to, after the fact, after the competition, I would still like to keep tabs on a lot of these guys that were not able to finish, to give them the satisfaction of having their finished product shared even outside of the competition, just as a separate stream or video series or something, just because you go to this much work to build something, even if you can't make the competition, then I think you still deserve to have your stuff shared.
Oh yeah, I mean that'd be a cool Mr. Nathan video, just like not the final, the MergeMaster. We got to think of a name for it.
Well, at the very least, stuff like this, even if it's not under the MergeMasters banner. I think I'll still compile into the integration explanation video series, because basically the whole point of that is to just discuss different aspects of stylistic choices, and it's not so much the how-to, but just more of an inspiration video series.
Yeah,
So,
get inspired and stuff. But like for the people who don't finish, like because I know we talked about last time the having like a unofficial category, for lack of a better word.
yes, I still want to feature
And
basically everything that isn't in paint or whatever. I still want to give the satisfaction of this is where we're at here, this is where they are at this point, but and give them that much. But I definitely want to follow up for when they do finish the project eventually, then be able to feature them and mention that yes, they were a contestant or a competitor, but just weren't able to make it happen.
yeah, I'm updating Camrick's link. Camrick sent us another email, so I'm just gonna post that video below the pictures.
Cool.
And the progress thing, it's a YouTube thing, so we can kind of jump along and get more updates and stuff.
Yep, I'll go ahead and pull on ahead with Teran Stanus. This is the unique sword build. And I believe he is in paint now. I remember posting that. I don't know if that's the final functional, or if it's just if he's got that all wired. But yeah, here's the. See if we can get that a little bit wider over there. There we are. A little before and after. There again, once you get rid of all the multiple colors of the different shells and everything, and it's in paint, it just takes on a whole different personality. And that's cool. So this is the scabbard and everything, which has its own trigger and magwell, so it's not a gun blade in the traditional sense of there's a gun with a blade on it. It's basically a blade that is stored inside of a gun, essentially. So
blade and stored inside of a gun, stored inside of a blade, stored inside of a gun.
So yeah, full length kind of guy there. So I guess he says it is wired now. Okay, cool. Is this your glamour shot here, this last entry, or do you want to have a more finaler glamour shot, just so we know what we're dealing with? So there again, I know I've mentioned it a few times, but when he first reached out to me and said, "Hey, can I make a thing that's fires a dart, but it's the main thing is a sword or whatever," I was really perplexed at first, but once he kind of explained what the goal was, then it's like, yes, very much. That I am very supportive of the unconventional, weird thing that still follows under the spirit of the law of, yes, it is a blaster, quote unquote, it fires a dart, it's been integrated and everything, but it is a totally kind of a prop on its own and everything. So yeah, it's the thinking outside the box on that was really extra cool.
Yeah, and I love the fact that it's just swords. Swords have a special place in my heart in Nerf. As someone who played Nerf in the mid 2010s and mainly just used sword and shield against people rocking 300 plus FPS blasters. So good. So good.
And again, to reiterate to those who have not been following along the whole time, this is not a approved Nerf war blade. This is a functional prop, essentially, not a actual blaster for your local Nerf war. So just for clarification, I'm not condoning the use of solid acrylic blades for Nerf wars.
And for clarification, I am. Unless you get in trouble, in which I'm not.
Well, not in my games. You can stick it inside a pool noodle and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's a crazy one.
Also, Primate saying that the Discord's becoming bigger than life. Yeah, it's thanks to you guys that the Discord is just popping.
Oh yeah, I checked on the numbers on that, and it went from, I think we had about 40 to 50 for a while, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then I think right at the start of the competition, we had an influx, and it was right about 100. And now we're well over. Gosh, are we at 2? I can't remember. I just remember I got the numbers and was just about fell out of my chair.
Yeah, we're over 200, and with 40 active users, and active users means they post daily. So
Oh,
40 different individuals are all posting daily, asking questions,
jeez.
and it's just, yeah, it's nice. It's awesome.
Well, I know we kind of have
The
a
old
cool. Go ahead.
hmm? I was say it's like the old Nerf Haven, Nerf Revolution days of just like, you posted something on the forums and then suddenly like 10, 20 people immediately respond. Good times. Good times.
Well, and there is kind of an active core group for sure, but I like the fact that you don't know how many people are actively lurking, who are just gathering information. The people that say, "Oh, this is kind of a intriguing aspect of the hobby, but I don't want to go out there and ask dumb questions, so I'm just going to go out there and harvest information and just learn what I can." And so it's cool to
Yeah.
see all this conversation and sharing, especially coming down to the wire. People are posting, their final work in progress shots, and there's several new additions to the showcase, and just thinking how cool it is to be a fly on the wall, somebody who's not a participant but is still in gathering that kind of information and stuff, and that's got to be pretty cool for that.
Oh yeah.
So this
No,
is
it's really
Ginger Snap
nice.
and his dual Rhino Fire build, which is also
Ah,
completed now. There's a little sneak peek of it
ah.
there. We'll go ahead and roll down. Last update, he had just put some of the base coats on, so we'll kind of roll through relatively quick through the previously discussed images, just to kind of give the full context of just how bonkers this thing is. In fact, it's so big we have to move the pictures over. And get over here. That's the new control panel.
Nice.
And I believe that is the last of the old images, so the new ones are. Boom. That says a lot.
Yeah. Ah. Ah. Love the ammo boxes.
Mm hmm. Yeah, that was kind of the icing on the cake there.
Yeah. In that the decal on that left ammo box, is that did he add that? Is that a sticker? Is that
Um,
it says buzzkill on it?
yeah, it kind of looks hand drawn. So hopefully we'll have
It's
some
nice.
first-hand information on that one.
Yeah. I guess the right ammo box. Stage left. Right. Yeah. Some form of direction.
Oh, also, the question was brought up earlier. This technically qualifies for Gestalt class, even though it is currently in the Chimera class. So we'll need to move him up. He's added a few extra little pieces parts before paint.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll finalize all those up before or once the competition ends. We'll probably have missed a few. And I'll also keep an eye on your emails if we do have questions, because maybe we're just not 100% sure on that blaster or something, and if we need clarification. But for the most part, I think we're pretty good on what goes where. Everyone's been saying I've added this right to the emails.
Quite a bit, yeah, and especially we can go through and go through the kind of their last pre-paint images and kind of get a determination of how many blasters we're looking at. But a lot of
Okay.
them have been added within the emails. We kind of need to
Yeah.
compile that information as well.
Okay.
And
I see. We just got an email, and I can't. Oh, okay. That's Mystic. Never mind. I'm like, I don't want to dox their name, so I was gonna have you look at chat really, look at a personal chat really quick. Okay, it's Mystic. So
okay,
found it. Never mind.
So that is that's Ginger Snap's giant blaster on the Steadicam chest rig thing. So we'll go up to the top.
So nice. Did you already look at Mystic ones?
Nope, he's two way down in the current, so he's got just
Okay,
a few
cool.
more. In fact, he's going to be right after Camric, because I don't think anybody else here. Nerf Loco, I don't believe he updated anything since the beginning. And Collector Ken did not. I don't believe. Here we've not had any updates since the last time either. The JND 0210. That's the modular Stampede with the big bad bow with the XPZ hidden inside. Which there again is a bummer because I was really excited to see how this one went.
Oh, yeah, still time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there again.
That's what we should.
I'm hoping we get
Remind me after the stream. I'll just do a email to everyone who sent a thing of like, hey, finish your blaster. We want to see it get done.
Yeah, last minute reminders for people that were not involved in the streams.
Yeah.
Okay, on to Camric. And I believe we got updates on that. So, I'm going to pieces, parts. The other picture that was sent, Camric, showed up and it, what was the deal? It came in a weird format that was not recognizable or something. So we have your initial picture, I believe you called it the bin O-blasters or whatever, and then there's nothing else. So this is a video real quick that I did not get to see before, so I hope it's not a super long one. We will take a peek.
It's about 6 minutes, but we can skip through all the, you kind of see it like a progress slideshow video almost. And yep, Camric, I just got your other email, so I'm just adding that.
Okay, we're going to just kind of breeze through kind of quick, no offense. Just for the sake of time. Okay, got a Raven stuff. I can't hear your audio, so I'm not making judgment on what you're saying. It's just I can't hear it on my end because of the way I have things set up, so I'm going to have to come back and give a good listen to what your explanations are on things, because I always like this part where people are explaining what their thought pattern is, what they're wanting to accomplish,
we can kind of guess.
Planning on going about.
So he's gonna add the recon. He's gonna add the Raven to the long shot as the stock. He's pointing at the barrel to defend him, and he's gonna change that out.
Whoa, wait a minute.
And then something with epoxy putty. I'm working on delay, so I'm just seeing the video.
No, that's fine. I just had to backtrack real quick because he had the screws and stuff in a bag in the magnet tray to keep him from, I don't know, I'm not sure what the purpose was there, but it sounded cool for a second. Okay, again, kind of skipping ahead, explaining stuff. Okay, line the rails. Cool. And looks like we got some cutting things. Karate chops. You're gonna have to cut a lot harder than that. Okay. Doing some kind of massage work on the thing. Okay, cool. Okay, we got that.
You gotta get it loose right before you.
Oh, geez, he just karate shot that hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey now. Yeah, this is the good part. I'm digging that. Okay.
I like the Batman hoodie.
And you got some barrel alignment thing issues.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Oh wow. Yeah, I just got to the point with the Raven in the long shot. Kind of now it's like a barrel.
Yeah.
That is clean. That just like looks like it should just fit.
Oh. Okay, so what you're doing is basically building the what they call that shotgunny flywheel thing they just made, Moto Blitz. You're making one that's going to be cooler. Okay. Cool. It's time o'clock. Okay. And just clean up your mess. Okay, cool.
I like the upside down thumbs up in the Batman sweatshirt.
Okay. Oh my gosh, there it is. Okay, that picture just showed up. Okay, so that guy's there. Okay. All right, I'm with you. Cool. So yeah, hoping we get a little bit more updates on that.
Yeah, Teran, you don't want to cut and then massage the blaster. You got to massage the blaster first. You got to bring it. It has to trust you. Because then it's just easier to kind of massacre a little bit and reform into whatever you wish it to be.
Lull it into a false sense of security first. Okay.
Exactly.
On a Mystic 1. And you said you got that all dialed in?
I think so.
Ah, okay. Wow, sorry. The dog just came up and licked my toe unexpectedly. Ooh, did not care for that.
Wrong website.
All right, we talked about this at length several times, and I gushed a lot, so I'll breeze through real quick. Looking good. Used a 3D printer pen thing to fill in some gaps. And there's that. Modulus, crossbolt, long shot front gun parts, etc., etc. And I believe we were in primer last time we posted, last time we updated. But now it is in white. White base, painting some rocks. And we've got black details, the rail and stuff like that added. So I'm assuming this is the base coat and we're going to get some touch-up detail stuff. Or if this is the completed one, then I guess we need just some kind of confirmation that this is completed or what the status is here. It looks like it doesn't have guts in it, so I'm assuming this is just the satisfying, put the two freshly painted pieces together to kind of get the feel for how to lay out the color pattern and everything, so...
Yeah.
There again, hoping we get an update on this, because I'm very excited about this one.
Oh, yeah. I'm just psyched at how many people are actually going to finish the competition. It's just,
Well, yeah, because it's easy to start, and we had a lot of people start late, and we also didn't advertise that well, because I was honestly not sure how well this was going to go over in the first place, and so, given what we've learned and how much more organized we are now than we were when we started,
whoa. Are we more organized?
than when we started? Than day one? Heck yeah. So, yeah, day one of the next competition is going to be worlds better than day one of this one. And we'll be able to...
5% better.
Anything's an improvement. One more... that was a Marquise. One more photo should be in. That's not finished. Okay, does that mean that there's a photo that should have arrived that did not? We did have a few email issues, or are you just saying that you're going to be submitting one more?
They're holding us in suspense. I don't know if that's actually true.
Okay. Well, while we wait for an answer, we'll move on to Casual Jerry.
Casual Jerry.
And I believe we were down to here? I think we were here last time. So, long shot, deploy stock, kind of helps blend in the Firefly details here, and then also more deploy stuff up front to build the barrel and grip area. What the heck's that thing called? Vector kit. So we get some more details here, which I cannot identify. Up here to kind of help blend the barrel section into the body. A little bit more putty work here. Priming grip up on the top added. I'm not sure what that linkage is going to look like, but he did a firing video in the Discord, so proving that yes, this does work, which is cool. And yes, Teran, you are competing with Jerry. So here's a little bit more putty added, a little bit more stuff sanded down. Utilizing that lower rail for a little optic guy and adding a barrel extension with a silencer guy. A little bit better view of that little... that wasn't Minecraft. There's the Roblox pistol that has the little barrel peeking out. And here we're in primer. And primer. And a little bit of touching up some base colors, base colors. And then just had an update right before stream, like within the last half hour, if I remember right. Came in, so I had scrambled to get those added. So we got some white added.
Oh, good Mystic. Oh, you're okay. You're not. I wouldn't have name doxed you if because you're using your actual name in chat. All good.
Get some, looks like masking tape.
No worries.
A little bit more white, a little bit more white. Boom, tape comes off, and we got all kinds of colors going on.
So much color.
So, figured give him a day or so
nice.
to let that all cure, and let him get the rest of the guts put in there, and a few more shots, and I suspect we'll definitely have Jerry officially in the competition. So,
Very nice.
good work, Jerry.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, very nice. And as far as Mystic, as far as like glamour shots, one thing which I'm gonna send out an email, and then this week to all the contestants as well, of just like if you're doing glamour shots and you have a little bit of extra time, there's one quick video glamour thing that we would like, and I'll have examples of how to do it. It'll be about 30 seconds, but it's not gonna be a mandatory thing. This is just essentially I'm gonna be starting asking people with finished builds to take a very specific video that we can use for advertising for the next MergeMasters, essentially. More on that when I actually send out that email.
All right. And I know we discussed that briefly, but I'm not sure what that email is going to look like, so this is going to be a surprise to me, too.
I was supposed to I was supposed to send it out like a week after the last stream, and then work went like, no, you're gonna do some work now. I'm like, I don't want to do work at work.
Yeah, I've kind of had the same thing. So yeah, definitely, I was not judging at all because it's been kind of a mess on my end between work and home and everything else, and so that's why the update about the announcement for the stream was literally the morning of. I think I posted it like 5 after midnight this morning, and was like, well, at least people have a couple hours notice, right?
Yeah, I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So, okay, this is Foam
that's
Freaks.
why there's always backlogs. Oh yeah, this one.
This is a Nemesis with a Thunderhawk and a few other little odds and ends.
With the blueprint. I don't know why I like the blueprint. It's a very simple thing, but it's just like I like it.
Well,
it just reminds me, you'd see it at like a laboratory whiteboard, just kind of doodled on the side.
Even just kind of a napkin sketch where it's like, here's the thing I want to make, and then you get to see the process of, will this actually happen? Because quite often your brain has a better imagination than what your hands can create, so it's always kind of interesting to see the discrepancy there. So I think we were to this point at the last update, because the most recent update has these cool edited with little commentary, which is kind of cool. So
yeah,
drop the top on the hopper just to give it a better profile, better scale. And then also, there we are, made a few extra cuts and moved everything back to fill in this gap and pull the nose in a little bit better, just working on proportions and everything. And I like this one. This was probably my favorite part.
yeah.
Once he pulled everything into shape, blended the shelf from the Nemesis to the Thunderhawk by using part of the nose of the Thunderhawk, which usually this part here, this little ramping detail, is the straight part, and then it kind of comes down, and then this part here kind of slopes at an angle down. But since he tipped this is straight, comes up, and then utilizes this to ramp up. So just kind of using parts outside of their usual orientation to fill a different role is always a cool aspect of integration work.
Yeah.
And so here, things open up a little bit better. Looks like he's still got a little bit of a gap here to fill, but that might That might be foregrip type. No, the foregrip's going to be up a little further ahead. So be interesting to see what he uses for that area. There's a little bit more information about the Thunderhawk nose. We're in the final bodywork phase, but I believe he also mentioned in his email that he's not thinking that's going to work out. But you know what? No judgment. You came in, was it the last month, I think? Or maybe you're at least halfway through when you entered in the first place. So yeah, no judgment for not being able to complete a project of this scope in half of the allotted time. But as with the rest of them, really hoping that we see what it looks like in the end. One way or another.
Oh, yeah. Especially because it's a rival blaster. Always a big fan of rival blasters.
Oh, yeah.
And MergeMasters itself has produced more rival blasters than Nerf has in the last couple of years.
Well, better ones anyway.
Yeah. Better and more.
Alex, you might need to update Prickly's updated thing. Because it looks like you transferred the...
Prickly hasn't sent us a starting photo.
Oh, okay, so this is his punishment for not having full documentation.
That's my placeholder starting for.
Yeah, I had a boss like you once. Interfectorum. This is a Rapid Strike Centurion, and I believe, if I remember right, is this the one that you use 2 Rapid Strikes in somehow? Or am I thinking of something totally different? Whoa, shells 2 Rapid Strikes. I should read instead of just looking at pictures.
It's crazy.
I need to. Cool.
I didn't get to finish all his description.
Nope, that's fine. I will fly here. It'll look better later.
Yeah. Let me get Prickly's description. I'll just read it out on the Prickly. I know how to spell. Maybe.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I guess I can't spell. There we go. Yeah, so it's Prickly saying it's built a blaster to do anything I need to. HVZ blaster with semi-auto and full auto. It shoots 300 FPS. It's small-ish and compact. I mean, I guess smallish is relative, but it is Centurion stock, so each your own. It does look very nice, though. Yeah, features swappable cages with XT30 connector. Very nice. Completely removable wiring harness for easy maintenance. Select fire solenoid, semi to full. Full-length tack rail to attach attachments. And Prickly said this one took more time than the first MergeMasters build entry.
Oof.
With less blasters. So I think I put it... this one in Chimera?
Yes, that's where you currently have it entered in. So we'll need to...
Yeah, because I know Prickly's already entered in Gestalt.
Uh-oh.
So I think...
Well, we'll have to do a parts count. We'll have to get some earlier pre-paint photos for sure as well, so we can kind of document and make sure that that's all compliant with our rule set.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll pop
Yeah,
back.
Prickly, any pre-built photos that you can get us would be awesome. And I'll add them in.
Okay. And moving on
But
to
it should be Chimera because it's I mean Prickly even has a description. It's 2 Rapid Strikes, Centurion, Demolisher. So even if we count the Recon barrel as another blaster, that's still 5, which is Chimera.
Well, we will leave it there for the time being, and when we're doing the final breakdown of building the ballots and everything, then we will make any adjustments we need to, if needed. If not, all the better. So we'll pop into Gestalt final class, and hopefully we'll get this done in I don't think we're going to make it in under 2 hours, but we'll do our best.
We might as well go for 3 at that point.
Yeah, no, we've done that before, and that's really hard for people to watch and stay awake to. So. And did you say that he got some updated pictures? Did you got those in posted?
Yep, I got Viles. He sent it a couple minutes, 20 minutes ago. I mean, I can't fault anyone for submitting the pictures during the stream, because the stream is the optimal time of like, oh yeah, the stream's happening. Oh yeah, do you send pictures? Send the pictures.
Well, I appreciate you being involved, because I totally could not do that while doing everything else. So.
Oh, good.
Now this is for people who have joined other streams. This is the blaster that I think I spoke for a half hour on just how cool the stock was, and then I think last time we talked for probably 45 minutes about just the way the barrel and everything was implemented. So we'll just kind of breeze past all the previous updates.
No, let's talk for another hour on the stock. It is a pretty stock. It also uses a telephone cord. Payphone telephone cord.
Yeah, payphone. So I think this was the last update picture from last time, so these will all be brand new for me. No, I saw that
So
one.
if we ask people in a future competition to include a payphone built into their blaster, would we be technically accessories to crime, or does no one really care about payphones anymore, so it doesn't matter?
I think anytime you advocate for somebody to steal stuff, it's at least frowned upon.
Is it stealing? It's more like liberated.
Hey, look, there's mud and putty on this blaster. So,
yeah,
putty and stuff.
Mystic ones.
Got some blending from the, was that the Saturn grip? A little bit more smoothing going on there.
Smooth. Yeah, and I got Mystic One's new photo.
Oh, do we need to go back and revisit?
Oh, we can do it after Vile. We're on Vile.
Oh, and this is his new battery tray cover thing. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks very nice.
Magnetic battery tray. I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, getting some sanding done. A little bit of blending. A bit more blending. This project has been pretty impressive, just because Rebel stuff is so hard to work with, because it's all curvaceous and weird, and none of the curves seem to match. But he's just kind of cutting and pasting different curves to match everything else, and it's just it's working. It has any.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the Xshot. Wow, I can't talk. Xshot. There we go. That's a word. Went saw this competition and went, you know what? I want to do this on hard mode. And then a handful of them went, you know what? Hard mode isn't hard enough. I need to crank this up to 11. And that's what they just Vile did with no, I'm gonna pick some of the hardest blasters to work with.
Yeah. Also, trying to align two Rebel cages.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of the putty phase. So it looks like he's still actively blending and smoothing and adding a little bit of putty and stuff. So hopefully, at the very least, we can get this thing in primer before the competition. That'd be super cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because well, this is one of the many that I want to see in color. Just you're biased by seeing all the different colored shells everywhere, but you get it all in primer, or you get whatever your ideal coat of paint is on there, and it just changes the whole dynamic of how those shells relate to each other. So.
Oh yeah.
Cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to go back to Mystic, it's just one photo, but yeah.
Okay. Go back to here. Pop over to Mystic. Oh, real quick. Just gonna go visit. Scroll down to the bottom. And
amazing sound.
Yeah, that was worth coming back to. Heck yeah.
I mean, yeah, for the sound effects alone, but also that photo.
Yeah. No, I'm digging it.
Yeah. Yeah, Vile's so much blending.
Yeah, see, I thought this was cool. He's all kind of all stormtroopery looking and stark and intense looking, and this is like bonkers. We got the cool lace mask, a little purple. We got some kind of tan-ish. Is that what's going on, or is that gold below? Little silvery details here. Nice. And the jam doors and stuff. Okay, cool. So were you just getting ready for reassembly then at this point? That's pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully we get to see this all put together in the next day or two.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good work. Roll back up to the top.
Back up.
Iron Gopher is stepped out. Grim Reaper. This was this one. I think I've spent an hour and a half gushing on this a time or two, so we'll just go ahead and do a quick roll. If you want more details, if you're just tuning in, catch the second live stream for a weekend conversation about what I think about this.
It's nice. It's really nice. Just,
It's definitely that.
so smooth.
Duplicate there. Meter, light, cool. So, Grim Reaper.
And Grim Reaper even went all the way to the snow to take those pictures because obviously it looks better with the snow. It's not that it happened to be snowing where they were. They totally went to the snow.
It does provide
Miles
nice contrast.
Uphill. Yeah. Uphill, both ways.
Okay, pop over to Prickly's first. Rapid Strike, quite a bit, I think, in the last stream, so we're just going to roll down and just give it a quick visit. Primer. Crazy Paint. Super Soaker. Cool acrylic panels on the sides.
Dog.
Yeah, you guys need to dial it back a little bit, all right?
They're just excited about all the blasters. I said this last time, but I'm a sucker for like clear parts on blasters. I just think it looks nice, and yeah, just
cool clear things where there doesn't need to be cool clear things.
yeah, always should be cool clear things.
So there's Prickly's first entry. I'll jump back to the top there. 360. I don't think there's any updates, or is this one of the completed ones? Yes, that's right. That was that one. So there's another completed one. We'll go ahead and just kind of roll through kind of quick, since we talked about this one quite a bit last time as well.
360i, yep. Also ammo type blaster. Yeah.
We need to do a little cleaning up on this one.
Yeah, there's
This was the one where I tried to rotate pictures, but then it wouldn't let me delete the old ones, so it'll get better.
Oh, yeah.
So we go, banana, sock, all the required elements of a update picture.
Yeah.
Black. I like that blue. That blue really contrasts well with the black and white. It kind of contrasts equally to each of the extremes. And the orange is just kind of an added little detail as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Good work.
Oh, yeah. It's clean. It's pretty. Dual ammo type is always shiny.
Mm-hmm.
I like the old Raider drum. You don't see too many Raider drums nowadays.
Yeah. Okay, Al had a couple good updates. Had picked problems with one of his, but I think I got it to finally stick. But
Hmm.
this was one of those where it's like, okay, Demolisher, Crossbolt. I think I gushed a little bit about the making the angle here for the Crossbolt to kind of tie everything in nice instead of just being a square cutoff where the stock point is. And then that was the last picture last time. So here we've got the addition of the extra cool benefit. It's the Havoc Fire, which is the European release. Us
Hmm.
statessiders would see this as a Vulcan, and it definitely does not say Vulcan, does it? So, roll down. He integrated a Centurion bipod, ended up having to modify some of the little details here on the Vulcan, but was able to make it all work out and tie everything together
Hmm.
just super nice and tight,
Oh yeah.
like it's supposed to.
Oh,
And I think it was
yeah,
either
this
on the
looks like it should be
Discord,
there.
or on his Instagram. I can't remember, but he has a little mini series of pictures and explanations showing what all he went through to make this bipod integration work out, and it's worth a look.
Hmm. Yeah, it slots in. It's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Making parts fit where they normally shouldn't fit, but they do. Yeah.
Well, it's funny here. This picture here is like, oh, that's like the money shot. You know, everything's looking
Yeah.
really good, tying together nice. Get this little kind of scopy looking thing here, and even the simplified Vulcan barrel or Havoc Fire in this case
Yeah.
is looking good. But then he doubles down. Of course, adding this. I believe that's a grip off the Saturn. I'm
Hmm.
not up on my late model rival as much as I'd like to be. But then
Hmm.
puts in these side plates from the uh, long shot to kind of tie in with the Vulcan side plates to kind of pull all that together.
Hmm.
And then it gets better again when he adds the uh, crossfire bow here to kind of lap over the shells. Even though we had this really nice line here, he goes ahead and is able to pull in this cool little slotted detail, this little raised detail here, kind of a more casual line here, and also comes across, laps over, comes all the way back here, and it just, yeah,
Yeah. No. So.
there's a lot of good going on here where there doesn't be as much good, like I was back here, and I thought, man, that is a winner. And
Hmm.
then this happened, and it's like, well, I just don't know what to believe in anymore.
It's like more, more. Yeah, Foam Freaks. Yeah, Rival Saturn.
Yep.
Nathan.
Awesome.
I had to Google it to double check that.
Yeah, and I believe Al also said, you know, he's not sure if he's going to be able to make it through to completion in time, but is going to give it his all, and also still wanting to complete after the fact if he needs to. And I think Al came in. I think he came in the last month as well. So if he was able to
Yeah, he
start
did.
at the first with everybody else and had a whole 3 months, probably wouldn't have been able to, or probably would have been able to get this finished no problem. And so, yeah, this was no small undertaking. I was expecting something a lot lower or smaller scale based on his time frame, but he decided to just pull out all the stops and go for the gusto. So,
Yep. Go big or go home.
mm-hmm. So we'll see how that goes. Best of luck to
Yep.
you.
And while you look over the final entry, I will have to actually be right back, but I'll be back in about a minute.
Okay. And this is Tusks' second entry. And I don't think we got an update on this one, except for I believe he also, like everybody else, mentioned that he's probably not going to be able to get this finished in time. But he does have his first entry in the Fusor class, so at least he did make something into the competition. But while this is a simple in concept, it's just a lot of the same blaster all on the line, you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 integration points to work on, not only across here, but also each of these little sections here also has to be blended and everything. And so, yeah, there's still quite a bit of work involved in it, even something that's, as a concept, is relatively simple. But it is functional. I believe he did say that in a previous post that this is functional. Hello, don't sneak through my house.
I'll be right out. Just a minute.
Okay. Welcome home. Primate, email updates are not matching the Discord. Most people are much further along in their builds. Yes, which is part of the issue of everybody sharing in multiple formats and everything, which I understand. It's just really difficult on our end to go through all everybody's Facebook posts and Instagram posts and everything else, and even their posts in the Discord, and try to keep everything straight between all the different usernames. And so that was the main goal in keeping the official email being the main source for post updates. Hello. Do you want to say hi to the nice people?
Hello, nice people.
Oh, there's only 5 of them now. The rest of them apparently went home. Or somebody cooler's live streaming now. Hi. Glad you got home safe. Did you have fun?
Yep.
Good. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. We just did our last posts. We're going to wrap things up in a little bit. Bye. So, yeah, there again, that's this whole concept of the contest was based on having like a third or a fourth of the entrants that we ended up having, and so the whole scale and scope of everything is much more overwhelming than expected. So, like we talked briefly before, we have learned a lot, and yeah, and Alex knows a whole lot of other little tricks and things. Like you said, have something that'll just go through the Discord and automatically update stuff, which I don't know how that works. That's magic. So that is everybody, and I think Alex got everybody all caught up. All the entrants are updated and everything, unless, let me check over here at the emails that came in. That's not an email. That's a spam. Okay. So yeah, as far as I can see on my end, but I'm not going to dare open another window to find out, because then it'll crash everything. But I think we are updated as we can be. But it sounds like there's some comments from people. Sounds like, was it Marquise, who is Mystic One? It's on a business trip or something, just getting home, has to finish up a few things, then take some pictures. Looked like a couple other people in chat was commenting about just having a few more pictures to do, or just finish some wiring and stuff like that. So we are going to have even more entrants than we have. So at this point, it is Sunday the 28th. We have 2 more days. Midnight on Tuesday is when things will be the official cutoff. So everybody who does not make it in the last 2 days does not mean you don't have to finish your project, or you cannot finish your project. It's just we got to draw the line somewhere, and that is where we're drawing the line, just to make sure that we're keeping the 3-month thing as straight and clean as possible. With the amount of people who are unable to finish within the 3 months, I realize that life is a thing, and I've considered dragging it out longer, doing like a 4-month, but I think if we make it too long, then it makes it easier to put things off, and also then it turns it into like a full year project, and you guys have other things that you want to do, and other projects you want to build, and so I like the idea of leaving it a 3-month operation, just to not make it a lifelong commitment, if possible. And so I think we'll probably, for the time being, keep it that 3-month time frame, just for the sake of simplicity and everything else.
Yeah, and we'll have another category of the people who didn't finish, and probably some sort of update, something in the future. We'll get Mr. Nathan to make some more videos, more Nathan videos.
Yeah, we do have. We're going to get through the end of the month, and then we'll take all of the entrant updates and compile the list of I guess, finalists or people who actually made it to completion, filter those into the different classes, put those on the ballot, and then have a separate listing for everybody else who actively competed, was building, but was not able to make it all the way through, so that we can still give those a final special spotlight as well. Kind of the, I hate to say like honorable mentions, because they're that seems kind of dismissive, but I do want to give them the honor of, hey, this is an impressive thing that you did. And some people were just had some of the concepts laid out. Some people were just right close to paint. Some people might have had paint but didn't have the chance to get it put together. You know, whatever the case may be. It's
Yeah. No, it's and like Wizard said, a deadline's always good. It it adds to it, because you don't have all the time in the world, and everyone understands there's life and stuff, and even in future competitions, there's always just going to be you know something might happen and life might get in the way or whatever, and things don't get done. But that's all good. It's as long as you started something and you put effort into it. That's all that anyone really asks. So,
well, and that's the important
you
thing
know,
about having regular competitions. I think if it's just a one shot thing, then you don't finish. Oh crap, then that's a bummer. But if you know, okay, well, this might have been maybe I bit off more than I could chew this time, or maybe now I'm more familiar with my work schedule, or maybe now I have a different work-life balance. Maybe I can dedicate more time to, or maybe I just need to build a smaller project, or whatever the case may be. When we do this again, people who were either competing actively this time or were just a spectator can make a more responsible judgments or whatever.
yeah,
To kind of fit things within the allotted time frame.
nah, go big or go home.
And I'm kind of thinking next time, instead of doing the classes based on size, we might go more towards the um, first timers. Maybe first timer, or never done it before, and then another class would be like, I did it once, and then the third class would be, this is what I do, which would be the Grim Reapers and the Prickly and the Vile and stuff like that. Whereas we already had a whole lot of people that were competing their first round in whatever class, but that way it's you're competing with your peers instead of just competing at the same size as other people. Because we do have some pretty
Yeah.
heavy hitters in each class.
Oh yeah.
And so, and honestly, maybe I'm not making a good call on that. I do want to have a good conversation with the public, both competitors and spectators, after the competition, either before or after the voting. I'm not sure. It depends on how it all falls, and just be like, okay, what was good, what was bad, what did you enjoy, what can be improved, what are your recommendations, for, against, stuff like that. Just because this isn't my competition, I am just facilitating the competition, basically. And so it's like, if I'm making a competition that people don't want to compete in because they don't like the way it was run or what the rule set was, then that defeats the purpose. I want to facilitate a competition that gets people excited, that feeds their desires to build and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of follow-up. I might do like a poll in the different social media stuff, just kind of get feedback on what do people actually want to do. And there's been, like I said, the conversation about doing kind of a less serious version. There's people that want to do just cosmetic work, not full integration, just paint and maybe a few little custom touches. There's people that want to do, focus on just the traditional modding instead of, outside of kit parts and printed stuff. And I do have people who are interested in moderating or running competitions, and so we'll see what that looks like moving forward. But we'll just see kind of how that goes.
Yeah. And it's one of those things of we get feedback and everything, and just kind of keep moving forward with MergeMasters, whether it's There's the MergeMasters competition and MergeMasters insert competition name here.
Well, and we may just, you know, it'll be X competition brought to you by MergeMasters or something like that,
Yeah.
or using the MergeMasters platform, or whatever the case may be. We'll figure that out once the time comes. I don't want to get the proverbial cart before the proverbial horse on anything.
The cart always goes before the horse, and the horse can push the cart, and then you strap rockets to the horse, and everything goes fast. That's how it works. Nothing can go wrong.
Well, I'm not ruling it out, so we'll just see what the carts and horses look like, and wherever the ducks are going to end up.
Yeah, and then something about chickens and eggs.
Kumquats are in there somewhere, probably.
Yeah.
As we're kind of winding things down, we have 11 people in chat, more or less. Do we have any questions, any concerns that anybody last minute wants to bring up regarding the competition currently, or anything like that? Give everybody a few minutes to talk. No idea what my skill level would be in the next competition if you did it by skill level. Teran, I would say that you are in the you know what you're doing more than a lot of guys, and so you've built a handful of these things, even though you're not quite as active in. I mean, you've definitely done a wonderful build this time, but I think this is your first step back into integrating after taking a bit of a break. But your previous experience is still valid, so I'd say you were more experienced than not. Do we know when more comps like this will be? Grim Reaper, I will say that we will let this one come through. Voting will probably be, I imagine we'll have things figured out by like the second week of May, hopefully. Or at least we'll know what the voting's going to look like. But I do need to reach back out to those who showed interest in competitions and see what their schedule looks like, and then kind of have some conversations there. So I would not expect there to be much going on until probably summer. We're looking at starting May. I would say probably June or July. Maybe we'll have some information, but I don't want to schedule anything that doesn't exist yet, because it is just speculation. It is just kicking ideas around while we're already in the middle of another project, and so I don't want to be too speculative at the moment. But there is interest in competing, and there is interest in moderating competitions. And so if it's in my power to make these things happen, then I will be doing that.
And for pure speculation, the chances are good there's going to be one more competition this year in some various form or another. And the one thing I've been pushing on Nathan is eventually we should look for like a quarter. Yeah, I think because the old Reddit competitions were quarterly.
Yep.
So there's always one going on 4 times a year.
Yep. That is the goal, but
that's probably the goal 2025, and 2024 we'll be looking at least one more for this year.
Yeah, I would say definitely one more this year sometime. We don't know what kind of competition it'll be, but I would like to get to the point where we have, MergeMasters is a annual event, and then maybe we'll have a traditional modding event that is once a year, and then maybe one that is strictly cosmetic. Once we get kind of a baseline of what people want to do and what these look like, it'd be nice to make it kind of a rolling schedule. Like I've said before, this was... I took this on without any experience, and I don't know what I'm doing, and Alex has actually made this thing happen. I basically just said,
No,
hey, I've got an idea.
You made it happen. I just
you just did all the work.
I'm going to plug some computer stuff in.
Well, this is a computer-based thing, so... But we've been learning so much on the most efficient ways of making this happen, and so this one is honestly going way better than I ever expected to, based on the level and volume of involvement. But the next competition, whatever flavor that's going to be, we'll learn even more, and then we can gather that data, and then next year we can kind of determine a schedule. Between this competition and the next, I'll be reaching out to a few more people and get an idea of, okay, is this a thing that you want to be able to do Can you handle it? Whatever, and maybe establish a schedule of, okay, first quarter is going to be MergeMasters, second quarter will be, whatever the next one is, and then try to get that all staged up. Maybe we can get the groundwork on that built this year to where we can implement it next year, and then just kind of have it as a rolling schedule for there. But I'll have to get some commitments from a handful of other people, because I will be very honest that I don't think I can handle more than one MergeMasters type event per year. But I will happily help facilitate other people to carry on more as we keep going, because it is critically important, I feel, to the community to do stuff like this, so that we're not just a consumer community like it seems like we've been for like the last year or two, where you just go out and you just buy the thing that's cool right now, and there's not as much building in. The creativity is more in, honestly, the designers, the people who are designing these blasters, the people who are printing and buying and stuff like that. And so while that's still also a critical aspect of the community, we're kind of losing the independent creativity of building what you want out of other stuff.
Yeah, and it's us being greedy, but it's the good type of greed, where it's just like, we want everything. We want that type of creativity, that type of go build it yourself. The consumerism does help the hobby, but we want to make sure that doesn't lower the amount of creativity and in like just this type of integration work, or kind of phase it out. It's because when 3D printing really became big, you definitely saw a drop in this type of build and everything. But there's a lot of merits to it, and plus it's just cool. It looks amazing. It's like, you'll get people going, I see 6 different blasters, and then in their head they're able to push it all together. One might even say merge them together, and then you see these final products that are just they look like a single blaster. They got crazy stalks. They got just very smooth lines, and one's a sword. It's good times.
Well, in the advent of 3D printing, and honestly, there's a article from Ben Lamb that he wrote for Out of Darts. Out of Darts apparently has a blog section in his website on outofdarts.com that I was unaware of, and apparently now there's a integration-based article featuring the MergeMasters competition, speaking to a number of active integrators in the hobby. And I kind of cited in there that integration used to be kind of a necessity in the hobby. If you needed a different function, if you needed a secondary blaster attached to your primary blaster, if you needed a different firing mode, if you needed something to be more comfortable, if whatever, you had to figure it out yourself. You had to build something. And with 3D printing, you can just design whatever you want that's already ergonomic. And so integration going from a necessity and a kind of a required aspect of the hobby to now just being a purely traditional and personalized pursuit. It's just kind of an interesting transition of sorts. So I'd recommend it's a decent little article, worth a read. I don't have a link to that, but we could probably post one later. Or you can just do some shopping around on outofdarts.com and wander around and see if you can find that blog section thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know he had a blog section. I'm looking at it right now. I can't see his thing.
You have to go into it was kind of like a help or
the resources. You got resources.
Yeah.
Then I got the blog, and I'm looking through the blogs. I'm not actually seeing it.
Oh, maybe it's not posted yet. Okay, maybe I was just reading the rough draft.
Wow! Way to leak the new article that he hasn't even released yet.
Whoops. Oh, sorry about that. Well, check into the website a little bit, shop around a little bit, and eventually that'll show up.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, and it is a bit like glass blowing. It's not really done too much, but when you actually see, masters in their craft, it's phenomenal.
All right, we are at top of the hour, so I think we'll kind of wrap things up. There's no last-minute comments or concerns or anything, and this is what I would call the final update before the end of the competition. everything that happens afterwards or the next stream will be basically prepping for voting. It's going to be the actual whatever you call political thing where they're like, hey, I'm running for this, and it's, you know, right now what we've been doing is all the weird little stump speeches and the stuff you see on the side of the road, and the next stream is going to be actually I don't know, the big thing right before the election, the big debate or whatever you want to call it, kind of a thing. So it's going to be official. There's going to be different. There's going to be a lot fewer names involved, and it's going to be looking a little bit different. And there's going to be other people talking. There's going to be a number of people said they wouldn't be able to make it to the live stream, but they are making little videos for the live stream. So we'll be sharing little videos featuring each little blaster, kind of a featurette of sorts, just kind of a 3 to 5 minute thing. So there will be more on that. Probably going to be a couple of days after the first of the month. So I'm figuring probably that first weekend, maybe we can have everything all cleaned up and ready to go. Have that series of live streams. Like I said, there'll be, I don't know if it'll be like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or whatever, but it'll be one little stream per class, which means hopefully they should be shorter live streams, which will make it a bit more palatable for everybody. A little bit more digestible.
They're all gonna be about 2 hours.
I'd rather, like, if we can keep it under an hour, that'd be super great. But we'll see how it goes. If it's chock full of good content, then it'll go however long it needs to go.
Yeah, it'll be as long as it needs to be.
Yeah, and I guess maybe we just need to add that into the email that you're talking about sending out. The final, hey, make this little video clip thing. Maybe that's just what the video clip needs to be for everybody, is just posting that thing that talks about stuff. Of course, you wanted like a 30-second thing.
Yeah, I wanted a quick 30-second thing because short-form content is where it's at.
Well, it looks like everybody needs to make 2 or 3 videos. So wait for that email to go out.
Everyone chop. It's fine.
So yeah, we'll be reaching out to everybody who's participating. You'll get a personalized email talking directly about what you need to, what our expectations are and everything for a final little doodad video thing, information, glamour shots, all that kind of stuff to make everything official so that your blaster looks as good as possible for the vote next month.
Yep, and really thinking about it now, I'm going to wait to send out that email till the 1st, and it'll just be everyone that's completed.
Perfect.
I'll have another one sent out to everyone who has it. 'Cause I'd still love to see your blasters and do the little, be included for the little advertising shot thing that we're going to do for the next MergeMasters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, so look for that for the 1st, and then I'll make an announcement on Discord as well when that's out. So you'll be able to see it multiple places.
Perfect. So yeah, if everybody who's finishing their project, make sure you get those final entries put in before midnight Tuesday. And we're kind of basing that off of GMT, kind of Midland, just that way everybody's...
Mountain time. Yeah. Midnight Tuesday Mountain time.
Well, I was going to go Greenwich Mean Time. Just that's when the competition officially started. That way everybody's got the same length of time. But like I said, honestly, if when I wake up, I'll see whatever the last post was, and that'll be the last post that's allowed. Everybody afterwards, nope.
Yeah, you have until Mr. Nathan wakes up. When do you wake up?
Like
You're a little personal here.
Like 5:30, 6 o'clock sometimes. Depends.
You're one of those people that get up early. Ugh.
That's sleeping in. I used to get up at like 4. Different job, but kind of miss those days sometimes. But anyway, that's tis neither here nor there. But yeah, we'll get those emails sent out to you guys. You guys make sure you get your emails sent out to us, and we will meet back here in probably about a week or so. Thanks to everybody who joined in, whether spectators or competitors. Thanks for your involvement, your chats, and good work everybody who's been competing. It's been a really cool experience. So
awesome job, guys.
Have a good, safe night, everybody, and we will catch you all later.
Later.